I brought up Garrison Hearst this week. My dad and I were talking about him. I tweeted about him yesterday, the most underrated 49ers running back of all time. I do think he is. I mean, you could argue that he should be in the 49ers Hall of Fame along with John Taylor and Patrick Willis. I mean, 7 years he was with the 49ers, missed 2 with injury, but came back and played very well for them. I mean, you could argue that at his peak, he was right there with Frank Gore. You have a Garrison Hearst story. Would you share it with us, please?
Sure. I went to my mom was fortunate. I was fortunate enough to get some tickets to the Niners Patriots game. I don't remember what year this was, in maybe '99 or something. I was a little kid, and it was close. I was on the 50-yard line. It was only like two rows up, so we could see the players, and so there was a Pats fan right next to us, and the Pats fan was heckling the hell out of Garrison Hearst. It's like, oh, he's saying all these things to him, and Garrison would respond to him like, oh, those Patriots, they're good over there, and he just kept going at it. And what Garrison did is the Pats fan had a little kid with him, and he went up and he traded his hat, his 49ers hat, with I think the kid had, I don't know if it was a Pats hat or just a generic hat. He traded hats with him and gave that little kid his hat. And after that, fan didn't say a thing. And I always think about that. It's like that's like the perfect situation of how to diffuse a volatile fan.
It's like, okay, I'm not going to win you over. I've been kind. You're a jerk. So, okay, I won't win you over, but I'll go give your son a moment he won't forget, and you'll shut the hell up. I like that.
Yeah. If you do that to a person's kid, what are they gonna say to you? Like, you're not gonna.
That kid's gonna love the player more than he loves you right off the bat. My dad took me to meet Steve Young when I was 7 years old, and the way back, I was like, thought I was gonna thank him. I was like, hey, Dad, I wish Steve Young was my dad, and I did. I did. It wasn't quite good enough.
Maybe that kid turned out to be a Niners fan, and
I would think.
Yeah, it was deprived of the 12 Super Bowls that Tom Brady won shortly after.
That's amazing that he would react to the heckler, that he wouldn't curse him out. I mean, most professional athletes would ignore. The ones that wouldn't would probably yell back. And this guy goes up and makes him look bad in front of his son. It's like, here's how a true man acts right in front of your kid. Because the guys, I think it sounds to me like he was being a poor role model to his kid.
No, yeah, I mean, if you know New England fans, if you've been in any Boston games or anything,
it borders on. Fans,
yeah,
it's not good.
No.
Not good.
I'd be curious to see if you're Lowell, if you watch this, to see what his opinion on Garrison, if that falls in line with what he'd seen with Garrison's character.
Well, I'll ask him. The story he told on the Cohn Zone was that when Dwight Clark, I think it was when Dwight Clark died, that Garrison Hearst went to the funeral, and he was touched, and he noticed it. So, why would Garrison Hearst be there? But he was. So
it seems like a guy with high character. I don't know, just from. But in terms of the player, yeah, I think you could argue at his highest point he was better than Frank Gore. I mean, they both played in power systems. Steve Mariucci was a power run guy. Garrison Hearst at that time single-handedly brought back the Niners run game. Prior to that, they could not run the football.
Yeah, between Ricky Waters and him, they had no run game, and that was a big reason that the Packers won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and so they brought him in, and he was like an afterthought, right? Because they brought him over from – I want to say, didn't he start out at the Bengals, or he started out with Arizona and then moved –
Yeah, he was on 2 teams. He was the 3rd pick in the draft, but he was a disappointment. He bounced around. That was the Niners. The Niners were his 3rd. Here, hold on. I got it. So his 3rd pick in the draft by the Cardinals. Stayed with them for 3 years. Went to Cincinnati in '96. Came to the Niners in '97. Which was that Seifert's last year? Anyway, started 13 games, ran for 1,000 yards. That was with Mariucci's first year. So
okay.
Mariucci got Garrison Hearst. That was a big deal.
And an interesting dichotomy or juxtaposition with him and Frank Gore, right? Because they both had some serious knee injuries, and they both were able to get past those injuries.
Good point.
I mean, one of the impressive things about Frank Gore is like he had those two major knee surgeries in college, and he comes in the NFL and he's
the most durable running back of all time. All time.
Yeah.
There's like, what?
Yeah, wow. And he's still playing, right? There's memes about him now about the Frank Gore is a meme now.
Yeah, he's been playing as long as like Joe the Jet Perry, and like Hugh McElhaney. He was playing back in 1955.
Yeah. And I think Garrison ran with more power, but
a little bigger.
Yeah, a little bigger, but and I think Gore has great vision and great feet. Like
he made himself so small in the hole. He would just slip through these little cracks and be gone. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah. How
did you do that? It wasn't there.
And another interesting similarity between the two, they both come from big time running back programs, right? The U is churning out running backs, and so is Georgia. Georgia still does. If you look at in the league, I know Gurley's fallen off, but you got Nick Chubb. What's the guy over in New England? And I forgot the kid's name.
Sony
Michel. Georgia's
the other
guy.
Oh yeah. No. DeAndre Swift.
I think so. Yeah. Yep. Georgia puts out backs, so
they certainly do. Anyway, Garrison Hearst. We remember you. You should be in the 49ers Hall of Fame too. Why would you not put all your good players in? It's like, what are you doing? How did it take John Taylor that long to get in the 49ers? I didn't even know there is a 49ers Hall of Fame. Is there a way that you can Google and find out who's in it? What? How did it take John Taylor this long? Like what?
Why wasn't Patrick Willis inducted like the year after? Maybe they're like waiting. Maybe he might come back, and we just want to be sure that he doesn't come back. I don't know. Like, what's up with that? Is Bowman gonna get in?
I would think so. But if Bowman gets in, then Garrison Hearst should get in too, because neither one was on the team more than 7 years.
Although I've always said this about retiring jerseys though. Like, I'm not a big fan of that, just because like after so many time, like you're not gonna have any more jersey numbers.
That's true. You can't go triple digits here.
Yeah, like
you can't go letters. Maybe you gotta go letters. A16, it'll turn into like bingo.
Exactly. Like
the Cowboys didn't retire Michael Irvin's number. It's like an honor. They give it to the best wide receiver every time.
Well, everyone always gives it to the quarterback, right? Like you always give it to the quarterback. So if you have a decent quarterback, there's a good chance that if Baker Mayfield plays his entire career in the Browns, which probably won't, but probably will go, regardless of what he does in the playoffs, he'll probably go in their Hall of Fame.
It does seem like the Niners have retired Patrick Willis's number. No one wears 52. They gave 53 away though, real fast. Like, hey, thanks, man. They gave 94 away quick too. They gave 97 away. You could argue that Justice Smith.
Well,
Brian
as soon as
Young,
I know he didn't retire, but as soon as Buckner left, they gave it to the guy that was still being drafted.
Thanks for your service, DeForest. I don't think he's going to be in the Ring of Honor in Santa Clara.
Nah.
All right. No. Well, that's our show for today. I got to go prep for a very rigorous show with Benjamin Camperman. He's going to be grilling me. I don't even know. He sent me the topics. I'm going to be prepared. But thank you for watching. Thank you for participating, Coach.
You got it.
Wacky day. Kyle, all I got to say.
Garrison, come on Grand Show.
Yeah, we're the biggest fans.
Yeah, come on Grand Show.
Yeah, Garrison. I'm going to reach out to Garrison. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, you got it.